guys, hope you're all alright. At the minute we're giving our cats flea treatment, and because they lick each other a lot, we've got to keep them separated, which is actually quite difficult. You can see here, I don't know if you can see that, Figaro is like banging at the door to be let out and let in to see her little sister Riff Raff. A bit sad. So this essay we're doing theoretical issues. Now it's a bit more complex than practical or ethical because you are debating that theoretical issues are important. However, in this case the debate kind of conflicts with each other as it's going through. So for example, it's hard to gain valid data that's also reliable. They tend to conflict with each other. Right, with validity then, we'll start with, you need to explain why interpretativists think that validity is important using the term vers de Haan. So if I just remind you, vers de Haan is understanding the reasons behind people's actions, and if you make sure that it's clear that interpretativists think we have free will and that's why it's important to gain a reason behind people's actions. Right, then you need to talk about how it's important to gain first-hand experience. Now you might want to link that to participant observations or unstructured interviews. If you are going for an A star, you could link that to Anne Oakley's research on domestic labour. And then finally, describe why deception might be needed to give validity. So something you might want to talk about is the Milgram study. So explain how the research might be different if you didn't deceive people. Okay, reliability, if you remember, it's if you repeat, can you repeat the study? So can you repeat exactly what you've done before? So social fact is the idea that if you gain lots and lots of data and you get similar results, you've got a social fact. So it's important for the data to be reliable if you're going for social fact. Because if your data is not reliable, it might be, for example, if you're doing several observations, it might just be you interpreting it in the same way. But if you gain reliable data like a questionnaire, you can do it again and again and again and prove a social fact. In this, you need to be detached, so you're not influencing your research. Explain why official statistics are particularly reliable. So remember, think about how they manage to train staff, how they use set procedures. And finally, with reliability, because you have to be detached, explain why being detached might stop you being able to gain valid data. Okay. Right, representative is if you are getting a large enough amount of people and you're studying a large enough amount of people to be able to claim that your research is representative, that it reflects everybody's views. So explain why it's important to gain research at a large scale. So we've just answered that. Describe why official statistics are more representative. Describe why official statistics are the most representative research method. So think about how they've got the money to go to different countries, got the power to find people if they don't take part in research like the census. If you're aiming for an A star, talk about the fact that even if you use things like questionnaires as a researcher that are quite representative, they might have a low response rate. And then finally, explain practical issues with gaining representative data. So what you might want to do is explain the cost of sending things out to a lot of people across the different countries maybe, or the cost of doing a structured interview on lots and lots of people. The larger scale, the more expensive it's going to be. And finally, with your conclusion, explain how both positivists and interpretativists value theoretical issues, but identify how one values reliability and representativity and the other values validity. What you may want to do with this is you may also want to take this a bit further if you're aiming for an A star and use the term triangulation. Triangulation is when you're using two different research methods to gain both valid and reliable relative data. So you might want to do an unstructured interview with a select amount of people, and then so you've got that kind of in-depth knowledge, and on the other side use official statistics or questionnaires to gain more representative and reliable data. So you could use that term triangulation in your conclusion to push it up to an A star. Hope you guys are all alright. Missed you tons. See you soon, hopefully. Bye.